What does it mean to be born again? It simply means that God gives you new life. Question 2, how is that possible? That's a fair question. Nicodemus asked the same question. How is that possible? Does a man go back into his mother's womb to be born a second time? Jesus makes it clear that it's possible. And he says this in John chapter 3, I believe verse 14, he says that the Son of Man must be lifted up. When he says this, he is pointing to the fact that somebody has to die. Jesus Christ tells Nicodemus, I'm going to have to die in order for you to get life. How do I get new life? Somebody has to give it to me. It has to be a sacrifice. In order for you to get life, someone has to give you life. In other words, Jesus says it this way in John chapter 3, verse 16, and you may be familiar with this. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. This is huge. This is huge because most of us don't think about love from the standpoint of sacrifice. Love isn't about goosebumps. Love is a decision. It is a choice. And God chose to sacrifice his very best when you were at your very worst. This is encouraging for you to know so that you will never forget that there is nothing you can do to make God love you more, and there is nothing so bad that you can do that will cause God to love you less. Christ died for you when you were at your worst. I would not give my son up, even for somebody that was pretty good, let alone give that kind of sacrifice for someone who was utterly bad. Think about the worst thing you've ever said, done, will do, may possibly do. God said, I picked that moment to give my best to you so that you would know that the love was not conditional. I asked my daughter about this fact. I said, if I gave you a car, a Corolla, and you destroyed it, and I went out the very next day and bought you a brand new top-of-the-line Lexus, how would you feel? She said, I would first feel very bad, but then I'd feel really good. And I said, why? Because I know I don't deserve it. You see that? When you know that God is giving you something that you don't deserve, it should cause you to have an appreciation for him that's out of this world. It is so much easier to serve God out of love than out of legalism. God don't want you to try to do better. He wants you to accept the fact that he's giving you something you don't deserve and love him in return in a way that you can never produce by being legalistic. So how is it possible? Christ had to die for you. He died in your place. Why did he do it? Because he loves you. He loves you so much that his hope is that you will love him in return the way that he loves you.